What's up, Canfield Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. We're going to go a little player profile, coach's corner, all in one from Cocca's Pizza on Wednesday night with the head baseball coach of the Canfield Cardinals, Gary Knittle, with my guy right here, AJ Havrilla. First of all, both of you, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Excited.
Coach, no disrespect. We're going to go to AJ first.
As you should.
For Canfield Nation, from all of us at YSN, I'll let the young man talk about it here a little bit and make his announcement. But from all of us at YSN, AJ, we are very proud to obviously be a part of Canfield Athletics, be a part of your baseball program. On my end of it, your family, I've known your family is like family to mine. From all of us with the Astro Falcons in our organization, I will say this. There aren't better people to wear our uniform and support us the way that you do than the Havrilla family. So we're going to put the floor on you, AJ Havrilla. For anybody that doesn't know, has either been under a rock for the last day, but AJ, tell everybody where you will be tending to play college baseball.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, thank you for saying all that. I appreciate it. It means a lot. But, a few days ago, I decided to continue, and I committed to Ohio State University.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Say it one more time.
Yes. Ohio State University.
Okay, so when I ask you that, and I've talked with Mom, I've talked with Dad, the Havrilla family, Gary, Rick coaches with you, I've coached with them, the Ricardo family. Those are two of my favorite families. Grandpa I know, is probably doing cartwheels somewhere Grandma is. But I'm going to go to the Ricardo family and your mom's family. I know Grandma and Grandpa have the best seat in the house up above to be proud of another one of their grandkids. Let's be honest, the Ricardo family and the Havrilla family have great grandkids. As you were going through this, I guess my question is, does family play a part distance-wise? Going through this process, is family big on that?
Oh, for sure. They paved the way for me. I know, athletes run through our family, and they've shown me what it takes to, get to the next level, not only athletically, but also as a person.
Well, shout out to you for that. Gary, I'm going to go to you, the head coach, a very good baseball program. You've been a coach. We've coached a lot together. It's fun when you see one of your own get recruited highly. And that's no disrespect to anybody else, but for Canfield baseball and for the Canfield community, when people see the Ohio State University attached to a quality young man that does it all on and off the field, what does that mean to you as the head coach?
It means everything. We're fortunate at Canfield. Our youth program is phenomenal, and this, when we get the kids, they're finished products. They're ready to go when we get to high school, and that's a credit to the community of Canfield and the coaches at CBC, and this guy here. One person you haven't mentioned yet that I think deserves a little credit is Richie Havrilla, his older brother, who I was my first year coaching. He was a senior for me, and there wasn't a harder worker that I had in the program, and he got to learn from one of the best.
No doubt.
And, and having his dad, Rick, on staff with me, that was the first hire that I made. When I came in, I said, I'm not taking the job unless you come. And he put him in a tough spot having his kids play, but I'm like, hey, they'll speak for themselves. Ricky's having a great career out at Tiff, and this guy's going to have a great career at Ohio State. And, we've had Dominic Palalis, who's at NC State right now.
Sure.
We've got Landon Beitelcheese, who's going to be a senior, who's committed to West Point and is ranked in the top 50 pitchers in the nation. Just came out. You've got Ryan Petro, who absolutely had a season of all seasons,
Sure.
broke records in our program last year. You got Nate Shaw, who's committed to Wright State. I could go on and on and on. Ben Slanker, who might be committing this week to a Division I school. It makes my job a lot easier. I will tell you this, the recruiting process with all these guys as a head coach is not as easy as it sounds.
No.
I mean, we're on the phone. AJ could probably tell you with coaches all across the nation, and it's a pleasure and it's an honor to do it for guys like him, because that's why I do this. It's not about everyone, you go 24-0 last year. That's great. But this is, the smile on his face when he committed makes it all worthwhile. It really does. And that's not any cliche. That's a God's honest truth. And, I couldn't be happier. And I'm so happy for him. And I'm so happy for our guys that are going to get that opportunity to go play college baseball.
There's no doubt about that.
It's awesome.
Why I love what I do with obviously YSN and being the general manager of Astros. You watch kids grow up. We're with AJ Havrilla and Coach Knittle. AJ will be attending the Ohio State University and will do very well. We'll get into that. But
hey, by the way, don't sell yourself short. We haven't mentioned, Steve, what you've done for these guys. And I know AJ will tell you that. It's phenomenal. You've been doing this forever. Forget the YSN. You got Astros. You wear so many hats that you deserve a lot of credit for a lot of those guys that I named. All at some point have played for you at some point.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, and I appreciate that. I
no,
do. I will say this, and I don't want to. Richie Havrilla is probably my favorite player I've ever coached because, and AJ's right there, and I think that was, I'm going to talk to him about that, was AJ had a chance to see someone work really hard.
Extremely hard.
Yeah, I don't want to say struggle, but had ups and downs, no doubt, in the recruiting process, which I'll talk with AJ about. But one of the things, and you said it, why I do what I do, is to watch them grow up as not baseball players. Baseball is going to end someday. He knows that. Yeah. I would say that's where I'm fortunate enough because the people we coach and you coach have great families. And Steph and Rick and the Ricardos and the Havrillas, there isn't two better people than Ricky and AJ that make me want to do what I do because I want to be on the field with them all the time. That's not a baseball game. I
agree.
That's probably what you enjoy. That's
stuck in the middle
probably what you enjoy.
Fortunate, and
in a cage, fortunate. At a practice, away from the fun stuff. How much Ricky Havrilla was one of the first guys I texted yesterday. Little Rick, you're a model. Coach, I love you. Thanks. I saw the tweets he had to you. Proud of you. Also doing his thing. And he's doing big things there. There's no doubt about it. Talk about your relationship with your brother a little bit.
Oh, me and Rick are really close. And, as we get older, the little fights stuff they go away a little bit, over the little things and maturing. And, he's taught me a lot about life. And it's not even about the baseball part right now. He taught me how to be a good person. And he's shown me a way to, live a good life.
Well, you guys do a great job. I want to go to Gary. We've talked about it. Big Rick Havrilla as a dad, as a friend, as a coach. I don't think people understand that Big Rick doesn't feel like he should be awful proud of both of his boys. That I may be saying that wrong, but
no.
If there's anybody that deserves it more as a dad, because he's been that guy as a coach that's happy for others. Talk about that.
Starting with Mill Creek, he's helped more players in this area. You name one player that's not playing college baseball at this point that says Rick Havrilla has not influenced him at some point in their baseball career, and they'd be lying to you.
Sure.
I challenge anyone, honestly. We go play everywhere. And, I was fortunate. We graduated this. He was a Cheney guy.
Right.
I was a Boardman guy, but in the summer we competed. And there was no, we call him the Bulldog. He was a Bulldog. And that's what he was on the mountain. He's not 6'4". He's not one of those guys, but he went out and competed.
Football, basketball, baseball.
And earned everyone's respect.
Yeah.
And, and at YSU, he started, he was a pitcher.
Right,
he was
one of the best teams YSU's ever had.
Absolutely. Yeah. He did whatever was asked of him. Yeah. And, he's the most humble person. Tonight, we asked him to be here tonight. He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to steal, steal the spotlight. I didn't want to either. But, it's his day.
No, it is.
But, he does deserve a lot of credit. And I know AJ will say that. And, it's funny, my first year, even before I brought Rick in, I was the JV coach at Canfield, and Rick would, come to me. He's like, Ricky's not, he won't listen to me. I said, but he'll listen to you.
Right.
And that was the relationship. We'd go through each other. And as Ricky, by his senior year, he realized, my dad knows what he's talking about. And it took him a while.
It's funny that you
to
say
get to
that because
point.
that's what I want to get to with AJ. I think
he's phenomenal.
One of the hardest things as a coach is to coach your own.
100%.
You're tougher, you're harder, you're a little more demanding, but it's all for the right reasons. Your dad and Steph, shout out to both of you and Nina too. I'm going to throw in there. She's watched more.
That's where he's at right now.
Well, that's where Cardinal fans, he should be watching Nina cheer. He should be doing that. But talk about that. You get to play your high school baseball season with your dad right there with you. Most players don't get that opportunity. How special is that? Summertime's the same way with Astros. He's there. He's a part of it. Been a part of us for a long time. That has to be special.
Oh, for sure. What people don't see too is the late nights. Come on, Dad, let's go hit BP. Come on, let's go take some ground balls. And he's always there for me. And he's helped me develop as a player a lot. And he showed me because he knows how to play the game the right way.
Was one of the toughest players I've ever coached.
That's what I'm hearing.
All right,
that's what I'm hearing.
So this is what I want to ask you. If you could, and I'm sure you already have, but Gary and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. If there's something that you want to say to Mom and Dad, say it.
Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to start, but, I wouldn't be at this point right now and, committed to Ohio State if they helped me so much. And, they're great role models to me, showed me the right way, and, I appreciate them a lot.
Well, there you go, Mom and Dad. I'm going to go, Gary, to Steph. There's another, you're married, you have kids playing different things. Moms don't get enough credit.
The unsung
getting
heroes.
Kids there, one has to be here, one has to be there, but the one mainstay of Scene Park and Canfield Stadium for the baseball games, yes, Rick is there, but Mom is always there.
Yeah.
How special is that?
It's awesome. And, and the other thing, we're getting all feelings up here, but, God, hand to God here. Two of the best raised kids,
no doubt,
most respectful. We go play other teams or in the summer, whatever. It's AJ, he's very respectful. He's like that old soul. We've said, since I knew him when he was 10, 11, 12 coming up out here, listening to his 50s music and just, he's that old soul, quiet, humble. Ricky was the same way. And that comes from Dad and Mom.
Yeah, doubt.
100%. And Grandpa,
no doubt.
He's another mainstay.
Grandpa
you see him down.
Grandpa has the Buckeye hat on, I'm sure.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah. Grandpa has it on. We're with AJ Havrilla, new commit to the Ohio State University. Proud of that. I saw a lot of tweets, the 330 to the 614.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Jake Gehring, Trey Pancake, yourself, you guys will all be going. The recruiting process. Coach Knittle said it. Everybody thinks isn't that fun? It's a lot of work.
For sure.
Talk about that. And there has to be, it has to be an exhale for you to say this. Now I know what I'm doing. This is where I'm going to be. I can devote my time to Canfield High School and my summer teams and know where I'm going to school. Talk about that recruiting process.
They saw me, a few weekends ago and I went down for a visit and they showed me around. I instantly fell in love with it. I knew it was home. All the coaches there, they're welcoming in and, I'm grateful to be there and all the facilities. It's awesome.
The smile on his face is priceless. And there's always a smile on his face. That's the way he plays the game. I want to take you back to when you were 12 years old. I remember we were playing with Ricky in Toledo in the NABF World Series, and you guys were playing that team we won't talk about. I think it was, we'll say it, Hamilton.
Yes, sir.
When you go back and look at that, and Gary, we talk about this, I don't think that they will appreciate how good that Little League team was until they get a little older. But you go back and start naming all those guys on that team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are going to be going to college playing athletics. How special, that group still has to be special for you to win a state championship for Canfield at a young age. You were there to watch us win an NABF World Series. Both your parents were there coaching in it, and your mom was at both places. Do you go back and look at that and say, I was 12, now I'm going to be 17, now I'm committed to Ohio State?
Oh, for sure. Those kids I grew up with.
Brock Lowry, probably.
Awesome.
Yeah.
college quarterback on the right track.
Yeah.
Luca Ricciuti, probably a college baseball player.
Yes,
Ben
sir.
Slanker, Jake Snyder, all guys
They're-
that you're playing with.
Yeah.
That was a fun time for you, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Being able to win back then, and hopefully we can continue it into this year and as we get older. But no, it was awesome growing up with those kids, and they've taught me a lot.
I know you're a Little League World Series guy, so did you watch it this year?
I did tune into some games.
That was fun to watch.
Always, yes,
It's
sir.
amazing the difference year in and year out, Gary, with it.
Oh yeah.
You talk about the younger levels at Canfield. How important how important is it for you, for a staff, to see good Little League programs help you to get prepared for high school?
It's imperative. I talk to other schools, and we have a really great connection with the guys at CBC. I mean, they helped us with our field this year. They put up a lot of signage for us. One at Ron Musili, which I'm going to give a shout out to him because he's been fantastic for our program and branding our field. And and he's got a 8-9-year-old now playing down there, and we'll show them some gear. They came to a couple of our games this year.
Yep.
They practiced on the field with us. If you don't do that and you don't build that, and those they get role models, just like he had
Sure.
role models growing up, and
Sure.
they're the right role models, and that's what we have at Canfield. And like I said, I got to thank the community and the parents, because without their support, these guys don't have the opportunities.
No, I will say this again. I'm fortunate enough to do what I do from an Falcon standpoint. And you look at now, we have 3 young men that are 16 years old that are committed.
Yeah.
AJ's going to go to Ohio State, Anthony Miller to Notre Dame, Cole Constable to Maryland,
Yeah.
Ben Slanker going to go somewhere,
Yeah.
Luca Ricciuti going to go somewhere, Petro, we've talked about, Shaw.
Yeah.
People don't realize how good baseball is. That's what I want to ask you. When you had a great opportunity with Tops, you traveled. I thought you handled yourself well. Nothing but good. How
Yeah.
good a baseball is Ohio?
Oh, it's awesome. And some people do look over it a little bit, and baseball's elite here,
It is.
and it truly is. And it sometimes gets looked at, not, but it is. There's some good talent here.
And you can feel free to explain what happened this weekend. You want to talk about just Ohio baseball? What about Northeast Ohio baseball? What happened on Saturday and Sunday? Excuse me.
Oh,
Why don't you explain what happened on Sunday?
yeah, we went down in tournament.
Yeah.
And we won a big tournament this
Who
weekend.
you beat?
We beat some good teams. I won't name them, but
Oh, I could.
Go ahead, Coach.
But Cincinnati Spikes, who is a
Dominant.
team very dominant, a release team that is
Dominant.
made up of a bunch. And then who was the championship? It was the
Bo
Bo
Jackson.
Jackson. 3 wins, outscoring your opponents, 35-5, something like. I mean, it was.
It was a fun
And
weekend.
I think that's, and I wanted to ask you this.
And we got 3 Canfield kids on that team,
Yeah,
so
and that's something to be
it's a
proud
little-
of.
Absolutely.
Those are things I guess that I miss, that we didn't have it
Yeah.
at this age.
Oh.
Now, relationships you get to build
Oh yeah.
from everywhere.
For sure.
Did guys reach out? A lot of guys when you made this commit that
Oh,
you
yeah.
played with?
Oh,
Corbin,
for
I'm
sure.
Your boy.
What's up?
I'll let you.
No, a lot of people I haven't talked to in a while, congratulating me. It's
Sure.
awesome. Just it meant a lot, all the love I got on the posts and
Nick
stuff.
Swisher.
Yeah, yes, sir. He
Nick
did
Swisher.
comment.
OHIO.
Yankee.
He did throw
Absolutely.
the
Threw it up
OH
there.
up
That's
at
gotta
me.
be pretty
Everybody
darn
was,
cool,
that,
man.
that is,
Yeah.
again, Canfield, shout out to all of you as a community to have this young man represent you for 2 more years.
Yeah.
I'm going to grill him a little bit, Coach. I'm going to give him one like
I'm done.
a football
I can
player
step out.
profile. Let's go
I'm out.
AJ Havrilla's song he's listening to get hyped up for a big baseball game.
Oh gosh, they do say I'm an old soul.
Not you are an old soul.
I don't know. This is a hard one. Maybe some Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay, Welcome to the Jungle. I can live with that.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Favorite food?
I gotta go. Mom's Burgers.
Mom's
She makes a
Burgers.
good burger.
Yeah, you better shout out Mom's Burgers there, no
Yeah.
doubt. Favorite college baseball team?
The Ohio State.
The
University.
Ohio State
Yes, sir.
University. Favorite pro baseball team?
I'm an Indians fan.
Attaboy.
Mhm.
I kind of like where we're at. I don't know. We're never going to sign the big time guys. So if you go do what you're supposed to do at Ohio State, we'll get you in a tribe uniform. All right, here we go. Favorite class you've had at Canfield High School?
Oh gosh, I think freshman year biology with Mrs. Gerberry.
All right, so is Mrs. Gerberry the shout-out teacher from AJ Havrilla?
She actually is still. She's not at our school right now, but yes, she is the shout
All right,
out.
so now
teacher.
we're going to
She was
shout out
awesome.
someone that's at Canfield High School. Shout out from AJ to another one of your favorite teachers.
Definitely my health teacher, Mrs. Gennaro.
Mrs. Gennaro, health teacher. Hats off for all you do for this big ball hunk to do what he's doing. A role model. Your family's so good. You know, I've been around them. I watch them. I think I'm going to know the answer here, but who's your biggest role model in your family?
It's got to be my dad, and you know, he's my guy. Yeah, so
as long
sure.
as long as you could share him a little bit, that he could be my guy and Coach Knittle's guy too. That's a great answer. As you were going through this, the recruiting process, I think you topped out at. I think the last count, Coach Knittle, was 4,200 in some games this 16-year-old season. He's played so much. Is there someone you emulate yourself after? Someone that you watch that you try to pick up some things you want to be like at a major league level?
Oh, definitely. Nolan Arenado.
That's a great
I
answer.
think he's the best third baseman in the league, and
I
try to imitate his game.
Well, my friend, you do a lot of imitations of his game. I will say this to the Canfield Nation. I've coached this a long time. Maybe the best hitter I've ever coached. And I'm not slighting any guys I've coached, but this young man I've watched grow up from 8 till now. And you know what I'm going to tell you before we get off the air. It doesn't stop now.
Yes, sir.
You need to be better, be bigger, be faster, work harder. And I know that you have all the models to do that. But from all of us at YSN, shout out to you, your family, everybody at Canfield on such a huge accomplishment to represent Ohio and play baseball for Ohio State. I love you. I love the way you handle yourself, and wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on here. It was a blast.
All righty. There you have it, folks. AJ